in line. It's a hard job, let me tell you. His hands full.
It's faster than my computer.
Hmm?
It's my first time using the iPad for a meeting.
Oh.
So I'm getting used to the shift from Windows to, because I have a Surface that I usually use.
Oh, yeah.
So
Just go with paper, buddy. You can count on it.
always have to worry about it.
I prefer it that way, but when I'm up here talking,
I
I get caught, so this is the only way I can quickly get into it.
Yeah, with our hearings on Zoom and everything, I'll still have two screens and I can type notes, but I always have pad of paper and whatever is the really important stuff there.
Your own notes, yep.
Because you never know, the internet goes down, your computer seizes, and
Yeah. I prefer the pad when I'm not the chair.
I like that notepad you get.
I love that. Saves,
is it one of the paper
Yeah.
ones?
remarkable.
Yes, I saw those.
He's got a real nice one.
So I make notes, and then I can take the notes and I can save them to what's called a Trello board. So say I've got Haggerty Road, and I've got a page full of notes on the sewer, I can attach it to the Trello board, and then it can be used by other people, they can see my notes.
Nice.
And I can also, 6 months later, come up in there and go, you told me.
It's under here, underneath
Yeah.
our board, where
Yeah.
all the, that's great.
1 minute. Thank you, sir. I'm on analog, so let me know when I start. We're starting in 1 minute.
Showtime.
Okay. Meeting is called to order at 6 o'clock. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. We are being televised live over Van Buren Television Channel 12. We're also on YouTube. If everybody's speaking, could please use the microphones. It doesn't go very well over otherwise. We'll begin with the roll call. Clerk, could you call the roll?
Trustee Frazier. Here. Trustee Martin.
Here.
Trustee Kelly. Here. Treasurer Bud.
Here.
Supervisor McNamara.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Others are excused, please. We have an executive summary, which basically tells, we are going to be adding to our consent agenda today. It's a resolution to participate in a new national opioid settlement, which was reached with Teva, Allergan, CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart. We're in about 4 of those. Unfortunately, when they offer us the new ones to get into, they typically only give us a week to 10 days to join. And they already decided what the payouts are going to be nationwide, so we really don't want to miss any more of these. This will also allow me to enter into any future lawsuits under this opioid settlement. We also are going to be paying our prepaid list, which is our electric bill, our regular bills. Our voucher list is also included. We have our director, past director of the DDA, Ms. Ireland, here to get a proclamation of thank you from the board. We also have a 23 amended budget for the Iron Bell Trail and discussion on the increase of a 23 amended budget for French Landing fishing dock. We're also going to have a resolution for a planned residential development agreement with Cobblestone Creek Condominium Project. And we have a memorandum of understanding with Wayne County for some demolition funding money that we would like to bring into the township. And that's it for that. All right, can I get a motion to approve Treasurer Bud, the consent agenda? Wait a second, did I skip something?
I'm going to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented with the note that we will be adding consent agenda number 5, which will approve of resolution 2023-06, approval for participation in the opiate settlements, and also to consider authorizing the supervisor to enter into any future opiate litigation settlements on behalf of the board.
Thank you. Trustee Frazier. Okay, I've got a motion. I have support. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? This motion passes. Next item would be the adoption of the revised consent agenda.
Through the chair.
Thank you. Trustee Martin, please.
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda. Item 1, board meeting minutes of March 7, 2023. Item 2, prepaid list of March 9, 2023. Item 3, prepaid list of March 16, 2023. Item 4, voucher list of March 21st, 2023. And number 5, approval of resolution 2023-06, approval to participate in the national opioid settlements reached with Teva, Allergan, CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart.
Can I get a support? Support for Trustee Frazier. Okay.
That-
What?
The only discussion would be that do we add the part that you are,
Oh, please, can you add that?
Yes.
Could you, I'm asking Trustee Martin if he would like to amend his resolution to add the part where the supervisor can enter into future opioid litigation.
Through the chair. I ask to amend my motion to include, consider approval authorizing the supervisor to enter into future opioid litigation settlement agreements in coordination with the recommendation from national and local counsel.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, got a motion, got a second. Hearing no discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motions passes. Thank you very much. We move forward to public hearing, which we have none. We are now into correspondence, announcements, and presentations. I've got one. I know Trustee Martin has one also. First of all, it's bad road time of the year. Roads are getting bad. Please, there is a number to call, 888 Road Crew. If you call us to fix your roads, we are going to call 888 Road Crew. There's a reason for that, because the county actually, their own people, their commissioners and everybody else calls 888 Road Crew. If it's not on the list, they don't go do it. So just call 888 Road Crew. It's all we can do, really. Now, we have been screaming like crazy, like everybody else has been screaming about roads. And I can tell you that I've talked to them every other day, and I talked to them again this morning. They are spending an incredible amount of resources on our roads right now. They're bringing in a lot of rock. They want to look at every road this year and see if they can solve some of these water issues. They're actually going to it sounds like they're going to try their best to actually fix and not just go through the motions like they have been over the last few years. They will be in our township starting this week, and hopefully within the next 2 or 3 weeks, we will have a good start. That's what I've got. Trustee Martin?
Wayne County presents Household Hazardous Waste Collection. This will take place on April 1st, 2023, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Wayne County Community College Ted Scott campus. Examples of things that you can dispose of: household paint, stains and dyes, automotive batteries and dry cell batteries, computers, CPUs, monitors, printers, scanners, and it's a very extensive list. For more information, you may call Wayne County at 734-326-3936 or go on their website, www.waynecounty.com, for more information. Director Zanglin, is that on our website also, on the Van Buren website? And you can, I know I saw it on Instagram, so it is on our social media outlets. Once again, that is April 1st at Wayne County Community College from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Great. Does anybody else have any announcements? No? We move on then to something I'm looking forward to is we get to talk about an Innovative Programming Award. And we'd love to give recognition to the Director Zangling, on our REAL group. Yay.
Good evening. Is this on?
No, it isn't.
Hello. It's on.
Okay.
I'm too short to reach it. Thank you. Uh-oh, it's unplugged. All right, I'm causing turmoil.
As usual.
Not that I want to show my age, but these babies need to go on. All right, there's words on this paper. Thank you, board. Happy spring. It's our second day of spring, so happy to be here. And it's always good to come and talk to you folks, but it's even better when you're coming and talking about an award. 2 weeks ago, our team was honored with an Innovative Programming Award from MParks at our annual conference due to our programming and management of the Reel. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Reel, a unique opportunity came our way in 2017 as a grant to fund a summer youth employment program through DWIN, which is Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network. This opportunity was championed by Director Sumter, who breathed life and a greater purpose into it. This simple summer youth employment program became the Reel. Director Sumter, she shaped the Reel into a citizen-making machine that allowed our youth in our community to serve our local senior citizens by providing light yard maintenance. Throughout these past summers, Director Sumter included training for our participants in the way of mental health awareness and career readiness. Last year, the Recreation Department managed the Reel and took this established program and infused into it recreational programming aspects. Our participants continued their training with presentations on mental health and life preparedness by participating in sessions like Finding Your Life Purpose and Suicide Prevention is Everyone's Business, along with daily mentoring and interacting with our seniors by yours truly. The Reel offered 3 free art therapy classes to our seniors at Haggerty Elementary. Our seniors are still feeling the sting of a lack of participation since the pandemic, and they are eager to participate in programs where they can interact with our youth and maybe even try something new. These programs were run entirely by our Reel staff, from offering our seniors refreshments to sitting with them and walking them through these different art projects that we did. Each senior commented on how lovely it was to spend time with our youth and how professional and courteous they were. Although this award, right over there, recognizes the programming aspects that were instilled into the program last year, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Director Sumter for her hard work and vision to make the Reel more than just a summer youth employment program. She made it, forgive me, real for our youth and our seniors. I know that this is an award show, it is award show time, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention our park maintenance staff member, John Kokenauer. John has been with the program from the beginning. I conducted end of summer evaluations with our crew that we hired last summer, and these are the things they had to say about John. Now remember, these are teenagers, okay? This is their experience working with our staff. And speaking of John, they said he was helpful. He did a good job leading. He was organized. It felt like our safety came first. He did a stupendous job. I think he ran the program great, and I had a fun experience working here. So thank you, John, for your hard work, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. I got to thank Jen DeMeyer. Just wrote that down. This is kind of exciting to get an award. Does anybody have any questions? Or we've got it again, coming again this year.
Process right now of submitting our grant request through DWIN, looking for funding again. The information is on our website if anyone is interested in working with us, working for the Reel this summer. It's a 6-week employment program. The kids work a guaranteed 20 hours a week. We work them hard, and we have a great time.
It's a great program, really is. And it's well worth the, well worth the plaque. Yeah, but it is very innovative too. It's not just go out and do lawns. So they learn things.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next item is,
Supervisor, we had one more announcement before we
Oh,
went
yeah.
to our next presentation.
thank you.
Sure. So Communications was working with Community Services and Public Services in installing time-lapse cameras for the new community center that is under construction. We thought this was going to be a great feature to memorialize and create an artifact of this much anticipated
Make it bigger?
community project. Yes, I can. I'm going to start in just a second. So one of the features of these time-lapse cameras was a live stream where anybody from the public, it's accessible from our community services page and will be accessible from our homepage too. They can live stream the construction, that you can get a view of the site, which during the day you can capture them. This will bring up just a second. Being busy at work, you can see that it's not a lot's going on right now, but this is a live stream feature that captures an overview of the community center being built. And during the day, it's kind of fun to watch. You can see, workers all over the site and all the heavy machinery putting together the community center. So that is one extra feature that we had on there that's accessible. But it also has a time-lapse feature, which we're able to update. And I'll just run through a very quick video.
This is on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, it will go to YouTube. Let's see. So as you see, this is, what is it, 12 frames per second time lapse since this was installed a few weeks back. So you can see the building getting built up there. So that was a quick version of a time-lapse camera, but we'll be able to use these types of videos for a whole bunch of different content creations.
We have another camera.
The other camera was the live stream. We do have other cameras mounted indoors too that we're working on, that are set up. We have indoor cameras as well that have time-lapse features that we'll be able to utilize at different times.
Great. Make it fun. Okay, thank you very much. All right. Director Ireland, live from her world tour, back. Probably smelling of cocoa butter. You're back from vacation? Come on up. I don't know what to do, how to do this. I have another proclamation from the board that I will read. Thank you very much for
I
everything.
thought I was all
Yeah.
done with this.
Huh?
I thought I was done with this.
I know. I looked down and said, wait a second, where's ours? Okay. You, after 38 years, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Get a little extra.
I came, didn't I?
Yeah, okay, thanks. All right. This is a proclamation honoring Susan Ireland for 38 years of service to Van Buren Township. Susan Ireland has been a resident of Van Buren Township for most of her life. She graduated Belleville High School, and Susan Ireland began her career of service to Van Buren Township in December 10th of 1984. Susan Ireland served in multiple capacities during her 38-year career, which included roles with the supervisor's office as a confidential secretary and executive assistant, and as an assessor where she would achieve her level 3 certification, which she has maintained throughout her career. Susan Ireland was instrumental in the formation of the Van Buren Downtown Development Authority in 1990 and became the executive director of the DDA in 2008. As the DDA executive director, Susan Ireland completed over $32 million in capital improvement projects in collaboration with the township, all for the betterment of our community. These include the I-94 pedestrian bridge, the construction of Belleville Road's fire station, the reconfiguration of the Belleville and Ecorse intersection, many Belleville Road improvements projects, the creation of Harris Park, the Van Buren Community Center Black Box Theater, and the construction of the splash pad at Quirk Park. Pad. Susan Ireland, throughout her career, has demonstrated extraordinary civic leadership, professionalism, integrity, and on the DDA Executive Director fostered a significant partnership between the township and the DDA. And it's signed by the board, and we want to say thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks. Can we get a, I don't know what to do here. Thank you. What, can we do it with the board?
The DDA also had a plaque available, I don't know if you want to
Yeah.
take it out or not, but it's available for your photo shots.
Why don't you go over here with the board? Which is your good side?
Both your sides are good enough.
Can you get in? Yeah. Yeah, but now. Oh.
Don't get in a woman's way.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Much hand picture. She's here. Yep. Okay, there she is. Did you want to say anything? Give it a shot. I mean, you left behind a great legacy, a lot of projects.
And she looks like she's only 38.
But yes, I was very, very young when I started here. Actually, my experience has been, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my experience here has been like, it was a job that I took and I thought, this is a great job for the next 4 years while I finish school. And I just never left. And one thing happened and supervisors came and went and I stayed, they went, and then I got I always worked with the DDA, but then I got an opportunity to do it full-time, and I couldn't turn down that offer to do that. And I would like to think that we've been able to get some really, really good projects done. I think it's made a difference to the community. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. No, I think it's been for the good. And I think that we've been able to set the tone, and I have every confidence that Mary is just going to pick up right where I left off. I have no doubt about it.
Doing well.
So I thank you very much. I never would have thought that it would be this long and here.
Thank you to see me.
Big shoes to fill.
Well, she'll do just fine.
You like to say anything? or-
Just Susan and I go
Way back.
together way back. It's always been a pleasure to have her in the building. It's been a pleasure to get to know her. It's been a pleasure to work with her. And she will be missed, although we're looking forward to having Mary join in the crew. And good luck to you, Susan.
And, we still, we can still go have lunch and stuff. That would be
Oh, yeah.
really. And yeah, Sherry was one of the first people when I came here that I met, and she actually was nice to me. I started out with CDBG, remember that?
Yep.
Oh, and it was and I had no idea what I was doing. But I learned fast. You have to sometimes. You just got to dig and look and search, but we got it done. So Sherry's kind of been, you have your times, but she's said things to me that have been good for me. She has been very kind to me. She has been a good friend. And I really do. I appreciate her kindness.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure working with you. I mean, every time I knew I was in a jam, I'd call you up, and you pretty much knew where I was going to ask because you already had lunch with her. She warned you I was coming.
No, not always.
Yeah.
No,
so,
but, you do what you can do.
yeah.
As long as you're within the confines of what the DDA Act allows, there's never a problem.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy it and hope you don't make yourself a stranger.
No, I hope not. I've been very busy.
Okay.
After, when I left, the day I was supposed to leave to go to Florida on the
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out so good. I had to postpone it a week. We lost power for
Oh.
a second time where I live for another 5 days.
All right.
So I was like 10 days without power. So I was glad I put it off a week, and I just got back not too long ago. So
Okay.
it was a nice vacation. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for everything.
No, thank you all. I really do appreciate it.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you. Yeah, everything's all set. Thank you very much.
Have her come by and shake hands.
Come on up.
I have another one with you.
We will miss you, girl. So much. Okay.
Here and there.
You better be. We got your number.
Okay, we're moving on to public comment. Is anybody from the public that wishes to comment today on any of the issues that we're about to discuss? Hearing none, unfinished business, we have none. 1 second. Got a lot of notes in here. Okay, we're all set. New business, we're on item number 1. Discussion on and to consider approval of the budget amendment to increase the amended budget by $1,078,000 for the Iron Bell Trail project. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the budget amendment to increase the 2023 amended budget for the Iron Bell Trail.
Trustee Frazier. Okay, I need a support? Support, Brian Kelly. All right, Director.
Board of Trustees. So as you're aware, Van Buren Township's Iron Bell Trail project is alive and strong and pushing forward. The proposed budget amendment before us allocates the appropriate funds to both the expense account and the reimbursement account line items within our parks budget for 2023 Iron Bell Trail. So during the budget season in 2022, we weren't positive how far we would get on our current projects given winter conditions. So that's the reason that we're doing this budget amendment. So this amendment would increase our expense line item to $1,078,000 and the reimbursement account to $987,000 coming back to us. So that difference of $91,000 is related to our contributions as a township on Section B and Section H.
Okay, so we got a grant, and they pay 90% of the money. Anybody have any questions? No? No? Okay, I've got a motion by Trustee Frazier, supported by Trustee Kelly. Last call for questions. Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to item 2, discussion on to consider approval of a budget amendment for French Landing docks. Can I have a motion?
Through the chair,
Trustee Kelly.
I'd move to approve the budget amendments to increase the 2023 amended budget to $925,000 for the French Landing Fishing Dock reconstruction project.
Support.
Okay,
So we've been working on the French Landing Park improvement project since about 2019. The last 2 steps to get us over the finish line are the public kayak launch and the dock reconstruction components. We did apply for a Sparks grant to fund these 2 items. Unfortunately, we did not receive the grant. So we're here tonight requesting that the funds budgeted in 2022 to complete this work are rolled over into this budget amendment into 2023 to allow us to be able to finish out French Landing Park. If approved, the project will be bid out in the next few months and be constructed in 2023.
last year we went to finish the docks, and we had a problem getting permits. Who knew? So, at any rate, so we couldn't complete the work. We're going to complete it this year. That's with your approval. Hearing no questions, I have a motion by trustee Kelly, supported by treasurer Bud. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
Next item is discussion, number 3, discussion on to consider approval of a resolution for a final plan residential development with Cobblestone Creek condominiums. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion, we approve Resolution 2023-04 for the planned residential development for the revised Cobble Creek condominium project by Infinity Acquisitions LLC.
Okay, can I get a second by? Support. Trustee Martin. Okay, Director, could you take it away?
All right, thank you, Board. Tonight with us is Reno Suave of Infinity Acquisitions, so he can help to fill in any gaps of the project that I can't cover. But briefly, as mentioned, this is a request for a final plan residential development plan and PRD agreement for the amended or revised Cobblestone Creek Villas project. So in 2005, the Cobblestone Creek development was launched. It includes about 258 planned units, including 154 detached homes and 104 attached residential condos in townhouse or duplex, fourplex, sixplex units. Those two parts of the project were split off, and only part of the attached phase was completed. So the project was originally developed around 2005. There's been a gap in construction in the southern half of the attached condominium phase. And so Infinity Acquisitions has sought to develop the remainder of that phase. And in doing so, they're proposing a different mix of units, single-story and 1.5-story units as opposed to 2-story units, and reducing the overall density of the project. So where those attached units totaled 104 previously, Infinity is now proposing 96 total units. And instead of 26 buildings, there are now 25 proposed. 44 of the units have been completed as 2-story units. So Infinity is seeking to build out the remaining 52 units and 13 buildings. This process has involved the revision to the original approved plans, and being that it has, that requires a kind of a restart of the typical planned residential development and site condominium review process. And I will just summarize that that process has now been completed up to the final step of approval here tonight. And so as part of that process, a public hearing was required with the Planning Commission. That was completed in June of 2022. As part of that hearing, the Planning Commission heard positive feedback from the neighboring condominium association, which was important to getting buy-in for this revision to the project. In November 2022, preliminary approvals for the condominium plan and PRD plan were approved by both the Planning Commission and Township Board. And finally, on March 8th, the Planning Commission approved the final condominium plan and forwarded a recommendation for the approval of the revised PRD agreement and PRD plan for the overall project. As part of the PRD, some minor modifications have been requested, including the floor area of some units and the setbacks of some units from the adjacent private roads. But overall, this is a project that has been thoroughly reviewed by the Planning Commission and has been notified to the adjacent condominium association and has the Planning Commission's support. Just really briefly, I'll show you just a sample of some of the units. You see this trend toward single-story seeming to be more popular now than it was perhaps in 2005. And so these are the single and 1.5-story unit styles that Infinity is proposing to build. So you have a PRD plan and agreement that has now been reviewed by the township attorney and a recommendation for approval. I am here to answer any questions you may have, or I'm sure the applicant could also speak to the project.
Any questions?
Through the chair.
Yes, Trustee Martin.
Director Powers, I was just looking at the Fishbeck recommendation, and they were referring to the storm sewers.
Mhm.
And it says the applicant obtained Wayne County approval via an approval letter dated December 5th, 2003. Is that a typo or is that actual? Is that,
Actual from the original review of the project, and because there are there's no increase to the rooftop and paved surfaces, there's no need for additional stormwater approvals by Wayne County to the understanding of staff. I know that the applicant has submitted final engineering plans to the township for review.
so in 2003, basically the same amount of rooftops was planned then as it is now?
There's actually less now.
It's
Less now because of the reduced number of units in
Okay.
building area.
Trustee Martin just woke up a kernel in my mind. In 2003, this was going to be one large condominium project. Is this new section of the condominium going to join the old HOA?
They're actually going to be part of I forget the term, there's going to be two different condominium associations that both respond to a master condominium association, or is that? Yeah, if you'd like to speak to that.
Yeah. The problem we have with this is when you get old roads, that condo association is going to run over the old condo association's roads, and sooner or later, they're going to have to be updated, and then everybody argues over who's going to pay.
Yeah, good evening, Board. Reno Suave with Infinity Homes and Company. Touch on a couple things you just mentioned. Regarding the HOAs, we work with them prior to bringing a plan forward with them. So what's going to happen is that there's going to be now two different HOAs within this because there's two different product mixes, right? There's more of the townhomes and there's the ranch style product we're proposing now. So what's going to happen is they're going to pay their own, because keep in mind, these units are a couple decades old now. They're almost 20 years old, probably going on 20 years old. Our units are brand new. So the debate and discussion that we had was that the new residents shouldn't pay the deferred maintenance on the existing unit. And they, once I kind of outlined to them, they kind of agree to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a governing body basically that will manage the roads, the common area, the maintenance, snow plowing, things of that sort, beautification of the community. But the roads, actually, we entered into a separate contractual agreement with them. It's going to allow for us to basically repave the roads, put the final wearing course on. There's probably some areas where there's settlement and whatnot. The road's been sitting there for, like I said, 15 to going on 18 years now. So
Great.
so they're really happy. It's kind of what I think is a win-win for everybody. So
Okay. Any other questions? That's great. Okay, if there's no other questions, I have a motion by trustee Frazier, and it's been supported by trustee Martin. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Welcome back.
You're all set. Yep, you're good. Thanks.
All right. We're on to line item number 4, which is discussion and to consider approval of a memorandum of understanding with Wayne County's Land Bank Authority for demolition money. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the resolution 2023-05, understanding with Wayne County Land Bank Authority for funding to support demolition of a structure on township property located at 39600 Tyler Road.
Support.
Trustee Martin. Okay, Director?
Yes, thank you, Board. Over the course of the last few months, the Municipal Service Director, the Public Service Director, and others have identified that the former dog kennel building at 39600 Tyler Road is a building that is in need of removal. It's a blighted building, and the township has already been seeking to find means to remove that structure. Coincidentally, the timing has lined up for a great opportunity to seek funding from the Wayne County Land Bank Authority, also in partnership with the State of Michigan Land Bank Authority, to assist with demolition on publicly owned properties in townships and cities in the area. So the Wayne County Land Bank Authority has made available $4,059 in funding to support our demolition of that structure, and they have asked that they've requested that we sign a memorandum of understanding to secure the terms of that funding. And so that's what's before you tonight.
Okay. Any questions? It's an old building. We don't use it. It is not repurposable for anything that we've used it in the past for. It's just not sanitary or safe or anything. Thank you. Okay. I've got a motion by trustee Frazier, supported by trustee Martin. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Reports, we have none. Calling for public comment on any non-agenda items, and not this time, anybody from the public can speak on any item that they wish to. Hearing none. Board comments. Is there anybody from the board that wishes to make any comments? No? Call for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
You have motion, I have support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you. Yeah.